Episode 53. Let's go. How are we doing today?
What up? What up? What up? Yeah, doing
Uh,
pretty good, man.
yeah, man. Chase said he'll be here, guys, so fret not. I hope that he actually will be here. He's getting food with the family and running a little late to the Airbnb, but you know what? We're going to muscle through it. We're going to make this happen, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sweet. I love it. All right. So today's guest is Justin Thomas from Armless Angels, correct? Right?
Correct. Yep.
All right. So we normally start with best and worst of the week. So what's been your best thing this week?
The best thing this week.
Yeah.
Well, I did get one clutch this week so far.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Cypress OD clown to a banana inchy orange dream hit clown.
Okay. All right. That'll be some fun stuff that hatches out in the next, 60 days or so.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Any worst of the week?
Worst of the week? Not really. I mean, every day is a good day.
Perfect. There we go. I love that. What's funny is I don't know if I have a best of the week. It's just been a good all around week, to be honest. I don't know if there was one moment that I'd be like, this was the best. Worst is my wife is sick, so I got to deal with that, which is never fun. But other than that, it's fine. Sweet, man. All right. Well, let's just dive in. So Armless Angels. I think I have an idea of where the armless part came from, but where'd the name come from?
Oh, yeah. It was really simple. Came from the reptile boxes where people used to post all the time. I don't think they do it anymore now. A couple years ago, they post the harmless reptiles, and they used to just blank the H out. So I just incorporated the armless with that. It's called
That is funny.
And yeah, the angel was kind of a thing with the people that say snakes are evil and all of this crap.
Yeah.
I just called them angels.
Dude, I love that so much. That's funny. Armless Angels. That's good. Somehow I missed what all the cool kids were doing with just blocking out the H. I don't know why, but somehow I missed that boat. But that's funny.
Yeah, it was on the snake boxes. They used to do that.
Yeah. Harmless animal. That's good stuff. I love that. So how long have you been doing ball pythons?
A little bit over 7 years now.
Oh, so a hot second.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Not too long. I mean,
no. Pre-COVID, so none of this COVID breeder nonsense.
Nah. I was before that. And actually, I mean, when I started, I didn't even know anything about the financial side of it. I got into it. I just wanted a pit.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a good way to dive in for sure. What was the first one?
Albino ball python.
Yeah, male or female? Had to be.
I bought it from a pet store.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be male, so I named it Goose, and it dropped eggs a couple years later. So
you know what? That's a far better situation than the alternative, right?
Right.
Oh, I love it. Oh, look who just showed up backstage. 1 second, let's pop him in.
All right.
Chase defer.
I just wanted to be officially late to the mic tonight.
Yeah, so. No, you know what? You crushed it.
What's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
Look at that. Look at you. How's the Airbnb?
It's good. I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, this is the one we always use when we come down. It's pretty killer. Yeah. It's a cool little 2-story, and it's got a great view of the water. So it's nice, and it's like 5 minutes from the ballpark. So
I like mom trying to be sneaky there, and she definitely wasn't. She definitely wasn't. That was amazing. Watched her like creep in, like nobody will notice if I move slow enough. Chase, best and worst of the week real fast before we dive in further.
Oh man, worst was definitely the just the traffic today. So over it. Best was I had a couple clutches finally. It's our clutches are kind of few and far between right now. It's just like all the girls, I've waited like a week and a half, and finally had like 3 clutches, so I was pretty happy. Okay. All right. How many for the years that make you? With no slugs. I did have one that was all slugs at the end of last week, and of course,
the slugs, I feel like slugs are worse than no clutch, to be honest. I'd rather no clutch than slugs.
Everyone always says I'm quiet. I'm trying to get that dialed in now.
I think you sound good right now.
I've got it hooked into like It's hooked onto the kitchen counter. I've got
No,
wrapped around to the table.
I think you look good. You look and sound good.
So, well, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, well, those are fair. Those are about as few and far between as the clutches.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyway, we were just discussing Justin's first ball python purchase, which was an albino, turns out female, supposed to be male. So,
yeah, that's not a good way to get your first purchase and be the wrong sex already. Welcome to the ball python industry, right?
Right, that's where you welcome us in.
That's it. I was telling him though, I'd rather it start, supposed to be a male and end up being a female, far and away. So,
yeah,
true. Yeah, it could have been way worse.
So when was that? When did you buy your first?
2017.
2017. All right.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, I wasn't buying it to breed it anyway, so I mean, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. So you kind of just started like just looking for a pet.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's surprising, man. That's surprising with all the stuff you're getting now and then what you're doing. That's cool.
Yeah. I kind of got deep into it. The second one I bought was a pastel butter.
Okay.
And that was number 2. And after that, I don't know how the hell I got to 20, 25.
So where do you think the mind shift went from I want a pet to I can make a business out of this?
More so I started going on YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook, when they had all the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
I was joining those groups just trying to learn how to take care of the snake, because that was my first snake. I didn't really know anything about it. I didn't have any knowledge or anything. And trying to learn how to take care of it, I started running into people that were doing shows, that were doing it as a business. So I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. So I just dove into it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's a good.
Sorry, go ahead. It just
no,
sounds like you had a good experience from the Facebook groups, and I feel like most of us see the Facebook groups, and I mean, there's been Facebook groups that have kicked and banned Justin from them just because he just offers an opinion.
Well, it's Justin though. It makes sense.
Hilarious.
Well, luckily, I didn't ask a whole lot of advice in those comments.
Yeah,
I ran into Jesse Vans of Outlaw Pythons and Brian.
Yeah.
So I became friends with them, and I would private message them all of my questions. So I really never got annihilated in the comments.
That's good. That's smart.
That's amazing.
I always feel so bad for those people that put themselves out there, then they just get destroyed.
Right?
Yep.
Right. Facebook was a scary place for a little while. For beginners that wanted to ask questions, they would come in and, innocently try and talk to people. And then all of a sudden it was like absolute monsters coming in raging at you, right? You're like, what just happened, guys?
When they do like the rate my setup, like
threads, and just roast people.
So bad.
Your thermometer clearly says that it's not 89.3. Your snake is gonna die of an RI immediately. Okay.
Yeah, that
was it. Pretty much. Your ball python doesn't eat every other week. That clearly means everything in your enclosure is off. Send pics. Yeah, I've seen the groups. It's so exhausting.
Yeah, those were wild times, man.
So only 2017. That's surprising. And you're up to 25 now?
No, I've got at the end of hatchling season, I should be close to 200.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, I felt like it was more than 25, but that's just the number I thought I heard. But
200. That's not
came from y'all. I mean, most.
I know.
Nova.
Well, you're always getting cool stuff too. I always love when I'm shipping to you because it's stuff that I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of sad to see this go. But at least you're close. You can make something cool, and at least I get to see it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love that. I love Chase's like, I will sell you this, but only if I get to occasionally come back and check on it. Otherwise, you cannot have it.
I mean, that's the nice thing. I at least want to see the cool stuff. That's part of the fun. See what other people do with it.
It is a lot of fun. Like when you sell an animal that, and then you get to watch the animal grow up as a person, post pictures and all that other stuff. And then you get to see what they produce with it. And you're like, oh, that's really cool. Or,
Yeah, I love that. I love when I get tagged on Instagram and people are just like, oh, I got this animal from Canova and this one from someone else, and then they just hatch these amazing babies. So it's always cool to see just kind of stuff I've produced over the years, and then watch it just continue on, and make amazing stuff. So I always find that super cool. It kind of makes the the community. It's a big community, but it's also kind of small in that aspect.
It is, and I think it's cool too. Like sometimes people buy stuff from you, and they go a direction you may not have gone, and so you get to kind of get a peek into stuff that you never would have seen if you hadn't let it go. So it is mildly rewarding, and I think it helps helps with letting some of the animals go for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to go ahead and preface this. We're probably going to sidetrack a little bit from reptiles because I've got to talk to Justin about his Japan plans and what he's thinking. Because we were already talking about how many suitcases we might have to bring home more souvenirs.
Oh my God. All right. So let's dive into Japan.
Yes. I mean, I really don't have plans of what we're going to do when we get there. I don't know what to expect. I mean, I'm going in totally blind because, I mean, this will be my first time out of the country at all. So, I'm extremely excited about that.
That's kind of the fun part, though, going to a new place, almost a little blind, not knowing what to expect, and then just diving full on in. But yeah, you're definitely going to want that empty suitcase like we talked about just to fill up, because Justin and I each brought a checked bag just empty to fill up with souvenirs, and we still ran out of space. It was good. And Justin's not usually a souvenir person, but he was like, you know what, these are really cool, and then was buying the little gachapon bugs and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So this was your first time going to Japan, right?
Yes. Yeah. It was my first time, and man, I was ready to go back as soon as I left because it was just so much fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, man. Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be awesome.
So when is the Japan trip?
So I don't have the exact show dates right now, but it's going to be next spring again, probably around the same time when like cherry blossom season is, which is the best time to be in Japan.
Sweet. So has this? I think we talked about it loosely. Jay, has this become like a Canova Patreon thing? What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of write up a whole like, hey, this is the best airport to fly into. This is the best area if you want to get cheaper hotels, and that's kind of the thing where a lot of people don't realize how cheap like it is to stay there. That's kind of the amazing thing. I mean, the most expensive part of the whole trip is going to be your flight, and then after that, everything is super affordable.
Nice.
It's fantastic, and it's for nice accommodations like Holiday Inn. I mean,
yeah,
like the downtown Tokyo Holiday Inn. It's like the fancy one, and they've got this whole cool like shopping center underneath it. Like, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I want to check some of those out. Did you see the hotel room with the pods? The hotel with the sleeping pod? Whoa, I don't think I want to do that.
Did you not want to get the hotel where it's all ran by electronic dinosaurs?
I didn't see that.
Oh, I'll send it to you. I will send it to you.
Yeah,
there's no people working there. It's all electronic. There's robots running everything. You electronically check in. There's dinosaurs behind the counter. And they're velociraptors with bellhop hats on.
Of course they are.
Yeah, and that's what checks you in. I'll send you a video.
That's amazing. I love that. Well, it sounds like it's gonna be a good time though. Sounds like it's gonna be an adventure.
Patrick, when you go though, you're not gonna be able to do anything with snakes because I know you're gonna go to every Poke Center.
Yeah, of course.
That you can hit while you're there.
But the problem is, I'm not in the Canova Patreon, so I don't know if I get to go with y'all specifically. This is awkward.
That's tough. If only you knew a guy.
Yeah, if only I knew a guy. Yeah. But that's all right. We'll figure something out. Yeah, I want to go and do all the Pokemon shit. Gundam. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun.
Dude, I'm going to buy so many more Gundams when I'm there. It's bad.
I love it. So, Justin, what are you aside from snakes? What Japanese stuff are we into? So I feel like that's the vibe. Or we just want to go to Japan just because it's cool.
Just want to go to Japan, man.
Okay, all right.
Why would you not, Patrick? You don't have to like Pokemon to go to Japan.
I don't think that's true. I think you have to love anime to go to Japan. Those are the rules. I didn't make them. I just think that's the rule.
I used to be into the Pokemon cards, but that was so many years. I mean, that's probably over 20 years ago now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I probably still got like 20, maybe 30 unopened packs of Pokemon cards.
Oh, buddy, we need to talk after this episode, buddy.
Justin.
buddy. You, I hope you're ready to trade some snakes for some Pokemon cards.
like the original Pokemon, you still have it in the wrap.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, at least
man,
the original ones. I'll show them to you if you got a second.
Oh yeah, Chase, don't let me forget. We got to talk after this.
Hold on 1 second. I'll show you.
oh my goodness!
No, we can't. We can't show the world. I don't want competition on it.
Dude, if he has OG sealed packs,
that's gonna be good stuff. I'm excited.
Such good stuff.
I'm so excited. So excited. Oh my goodness. Aside from traffic, how was the travel, Chase? 'Cause that's what the people are here for. Oh, buddy. Is this a whole box?
So are these original?
Let me see.
I got muted somehow. Can you hear me?
No, those are Gym Heroes. Is that first edition or second? So that is so those are second edition. So those are unlimited. Yeah. So the set is called Gym Heroes or Gym Challenge. That was like the third or fourth set that came out, but it was still while Wizards of the Coast owned the card property. Still cool stuff though, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, I've got like 20 packs of those. So.
Oh, that's awesome, man. We'll talk after the show.
Okay, I'm back. My mic just like went out. So
I was wondering why you were ignoring me, but it's okay. It's okay.
No.
All right. So what do you do outside of the snakes, Justin?
ATV ride a little bit, but other than that, man, I hanging out the house, man. I don't do a whole lot. Yeah, I'm a homebody, man.
Okay. All right. I like that. I can get that. What do we do for work?
Oh, I drive this local courier service.
Okay, cool.
I go to all the southeast states, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, every blue moon. So
yeah.
I see a lot, man. It's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you want the snakes to eventually take over like the job, or like what's the goal with the snakes?
That is the goal. Yeah, I want the snakes.
Nice.
Yeah, I like to do that full time because the snakes really not work. I mean, true enough, we have to clean and all of this stuff. But that's not work to me. I actually enjoy doing it.
Right.
That's kind of the best part of what we do is like it's just a hobby, but it's a hobby that takes care of ourselves, and I'm super thankful for that. I mean, that's kind of the best part. I never have to say like I'm going to work. Like, no, I'm so happy to be there. Like, I look forward to getting there to see what's going on in the incubator every day. You know, go check for clutches and work on just kind of perfecting what I'm going to put together next. I love it.
No, I agree. So based on how things are going now, like, do you have a game plan or like an ETA of when you want this to kind of transition, or are you just letting the vibes go and however it works out, it works out?
Well, I would say probably the next 3 to 5 years, depending on the economy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. This whole COVID thing was totally unexpected. Yeah. I mean, the COVID time, you had snakes. And the thing is, like, when I got in before COVID,
right?
But right at that 3 to 4 year mark, I started actually selling animals was right when they were selling at all these crazy prices.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh shit, this easy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You're just like, now I know why people are doing this.
Right.
Yeah, it was a magical time, man. Now we've kind of returned back to reality and what life was like, before COVID, right? So
I think it's worse to that though, to an extent. Just because the economic downturn right now. You know what I mean?
I wholeheartedly disagree, but that's okay.
Really?
I don't think it's worse. I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think when I look at stuff like when I look at pricing and how like the market moved pre-COVID versus now, the only difference is I feel like we saw a much larger drop because of the hyperinflated pricing. But I mean, some of this is anecdotal, right? And also, like, it depends on the projects you're into. There's a lot of variables in it, but I don't know, man. Like, I haven't seen much of a volume drop off. I've only seen a price drop off, and I think. What were you saying?
No, it's like, yeah, the price drop off. That's kind of normalized, but I still feel like if the economy is better, you'll see a bigger across the board where you don't see all these people getting out now because they can't sell their animals, and you'll see, I mean, kind of the trickle down effect of everyone making money at every level.
Trickle down snake economics. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm very torn on some of this because it's like I would wager a lot of the people that are jumping out now are people that bought in during COVID or right before at once again the hyperinflated pricing. And I don't know. It's a complicated thing. I don't know if there's one specific point to it, you know.
Do we just need to save all that for the election episode?
Oh my God. Yes. Let's do that. It'll be good. It'll be good.
We can both give our ball python economic plans. For
the future. Yes. Let's make ball pythons great again. That'll be good. It'll be good.
How long do you think it'll take before we have a market correction? I mean, how long do you think?
What do you when you say market correction, what do you mean?
I mean, when you get back to pre-COVID numbers, I guess I'll say, you know, when the interest rates go back down.
I mean, I think we're there already. Like that's the thing. Like I think everything's kind of, in my opinion, is everything's leveled out at this point. I don't see the massive drop offs anymore. Like there was a big drop off. Like don't get me wrong. I feel when I look at our numbers, it feels like we're already there. You know, pricing normally doesn't go up on stuff. That was the COVID anomaly, in my opinion. And so now, like, I do feel like things have kind of leveled off, like the massive drops, right? Like if you looked at like projects last year or the year before, like you could have it to where they were losing 20% every 3 or 4 months just because the market's dropping. I don't feel like it's that way anymore personally. I think it's fairly stable. Pricing's low. And I do think, you know, sometimes people look at, you know, pricing on like auctions and things like that, and they don't look at in prices. They just look at like, you know, a day in. And I think that can throw things off too in people's minds on like what pricing actually is, when in reality, like you got to look and see how the auction ends, not what it's at, you know?
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, you know, I think some of this is a vibe too. I mean, I think a little bit to Chase's point, there's a lot of uncertainty with what's going to happen economically, whether it's Trump or, you know, Harris, who's president. And so until some of that's figured out, you know, there are going to be some weird vibes, and maybe, you know, either way, whether it's Trump or Harris that gets into office, like maybe that does play some role, you know, over the next year or two on stability more on the market, and maybe more people come in, which can help for sure. But I don't know. It's snakes have always felt kind of insulated from a lot of that to me. Like they've always just felt like people dump money into it.
Yeah, but see, that's kind of my point though, because the economy as a whole right now, you're not seeing as big of a boom from that newer market of person, even while the prices are lower than what they were, coming in, starting to build a collection and starting to work, you know, making their own company and stuff. Because it felt like during the COVID time when, the prices were at their highest, people were jumping in, and it was the sticker game time. Everyone had a company and stickers and everything before they even had a snake. Sometimes they're like,
of course, right?
You're shipping my first snake, but I want to send you stickers and all my swag and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, that's really pre-prepped. But you're not seeing that entry level, you know, customer as much right now. Like most of the sales are just business people making those decisions of like, hey, this is right now, we're in the time to buy.
Yeah.
And we're going to take advantage of that. And we're going to build the collections. We're going to, you know, and everyone's more choosy now on their animals that they're getting, instead of while the market was hot, everyone was buying everything. But now people are so choosy on their projects, buying the specific genes for those projects they need just to go ahead and look down the road 5 to 10 years and, you know, plan for the future. And I think you're seeing that a lot on the breeder side, where we're setting up a longevity right now. You're just not seeing as many early people jump in to try and start right now like we were.
Do you think some of that is because of who y'all are? I don't think entry level people are necessarily going to dive in with Canova.
You see, that's super interesting, because we have a lot of, I
know
people come in and reach out and work on projects.
I wonder though, like if you just think about like the average price that y'all sell stuff at, that's not like, you're gonna obviously have like a decent customer base come in. Like I'm not like, obviously animals are gonna sell, I wonder though if y'all just like y'all are in a weird niche where it is hit a little harder or different, right? Be interesting to look at some of that stuff.
Yeah, maybe in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, see, and it's weird to say that because we're still selling the same volume of animals that we always have.
Yeah, it's just cheaper.
It's just something as a whole, though. I'm just not
Yeah.
seeing as many of
Yeah.
those new people come in and reach out and trying to get those bigger starter animals.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it is a weird time just in general. I mean, everything across, I mean, collectibles are in the same boat. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me. But anyway, Justin, to answer your question, 7 minutes later, I think it's pretty stabilized, but I don't think pricing is necessarily going to go back up, but that's also just a feeling, right? Like none of us have a crystal ball.
Right.
I wish we did though. Trust me. I wish we did. All right, man. How big do you want the collection to be?
About where I'd like to be right now. Now, once I'm able to do this full time, I would probably grab more, but I just don't.
Okay.
I just don't want to turn it into a job, to where I can't handle it, to where I'm just overworked clutches or overwhelmed with cleaning, overwhelmed with rodents. So yeah, I'm right at the sweet spot right now.
Okay. And you said 200 total animals or 200 females?
As far as females, I've probably got about 60 maybe.
Okay, so relatively small. So you don't want to get big at all. You want to stay like around 30, 40 clutches, and that's it.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it.
How many clutches are you going to have this year, you think?
This year, I'm looking at maybe 15 to 20, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I try to do, I try to make all of my tubs count.
Yeah. If you're only gonna have 60 females, you got to do that, right? You have to. Right,
kind of the small but mighty type deal. Yeah. So I want all of the strong females.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing, though. That's the cool thing with what we do is you can do that. You can have a smaller collection, and it's still 200 animals is a lot, but and produce amazing high end stuff and pay for everything you need with that. I mean, that's the really cool thing with our business, our industry.
Yep. For sure. Yeah, no, there's a lot of different ways to go about it, right? And I think there's definitely some wrong ways to go about it, but I think there's a lot of right ways to go about it as well, and as long as there's a plan and you got an idea of what's going on and you're able to, move with the market a little bit. Like I think there's a lot of leg room to do a lot of things. The margins on these guys is pretty spectacular.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure y'all have seen them. Some of the guys get in, they tell you, man, I got 40, 50 snakes. Well, how long have you been in? 4 months. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny how that works sometimes. It's pretty entertaining, man. But that's kind of, I think people see the margins and they see the money that can be made and they go all in with it, right? And they're just ready to go and they go balls to the wall and unfortunately, they come in expecting great things very quickly. And that's the one thing I will say about ball pythons. The money's great, but it takes some time to get there, the patience and, making it past that first 3 or 4 years is huge.
Oh yeah. To me, I feel like you need the first 3 or 4 years just for the experience. I mean,
yes,
learn the ins
100%.
and outs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we see a lot. That's why so many people are getting out now. It feels like because they bought in with those expectations that they could just turn around, a year and a half later, and make all that money back, and then plus a ton more, and then they didn't, and then they realize, oh, this actually takes a bit of time to grow. This takes
time and effort,
and really know what you're doing before everything starts working out.
Yep.
I mean, everyone makes the same mistakes immediately going into it, right? Like everyone comes in and they buy more males than they really need, and they just dump into projects, not really having plans or knowing how it's going to work out. And that I think that's really what the first few years of ball python breeding anyway is, just figuring out what the industry looks like and then kind of rolling with that and figuring out what you actually want to do with your career, right? So I think that's the real big part here. So
I think we all come in buying the wrong things to start with.
Yes.
Man. Yeah.
Always.
Because a lot of impulse purchases.
Yeah, because you're just like, well, that's a great deal. I should go ahead and just get it. And I've got the tub space. Why not? That's the most dangerous thing is I've got the tub space and it's a great deal. And you just do those purchases of like no matter what it is, even if it's not aligning with any of the plans you have.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everyone does that. I don't know anyone really. I mean, Krista last week, she came in and she had all the YouTube videos and she joined Patreons right away when she was first wanting to get into ball pythons.
Yeah.
So that helped her avoid a lot of those buying mistakes there early on. But other than that, I haven't really heard anyone not make that mistake.
Right. Yep.
But you know what? It's part of the learning process. That's part of the
for sure.
Part of the fun.
Yeah, the fun. Yes. That's what we call it, the fun. Oh my God. All right. So what shows do you try and travel to, Justin?
Tinley.
Yeah.
Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be at Bob's show. Southeast Reptile.
Yep.
And I've been to Arlington. Is that did they change that to Dallas or something now?
Yeah, they changed it to
it's Dallas now. Yeah.
To the Arlington show.
Yeah, Arlington was a great venue. I missed that. It was awesome.
Man, I'm excited to hear about Bob's show. I'm really sad I'm not actually
Yeah.
there this weekend. I went ahead and still packed all the stuff for the show though this week.
Of course you did.
My OCD couldn't let that go, so I was like, I got to make sure everything is going to be there and be perfect. So who's
setting up at the show? Is it Summer?
No. Yeah,
okay.
Rob and Justin.
That's it.
Down there. Yeah, Rob and Justin will be down there Friday setting up.
Okay. Wow. That'll be fun.
Well, and it's the nice thing too, because they get to go home, sleep at night in their own beds, and then just another hour, 20-minute drive.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be good. That's
yeah.
I keep trying to get Troy to have a show here in Richmond, so I could just have like a 15-minute drive. It'd be really nice. Be really convenient.
That's smart.
Yeah. We'll see if it ever happens. So Justin, with your business, do you plan on at any point trying to like vend shows, or do you want to stick with mainly online sales, or like what's the goal there?
Well, actually, I've been thinking about vending some shows. I helped with a couple, but I never actually vended at my own table.
Mm-hmm.
So originally I said I only wanted to do Morph Market, but now, I think I might try some shows. Still thinking on it, but yeah.
I think you should. It's just a great way to just meet a big group of people right there in one location, and even if they don't buy anything from you that weekend, a lot of the times they remember you, they see the stuff at your table, and then they reach back out after the fact.
Yeah.
And then that's where all your sales come from. So it's more of just like, oh, hey, I met that guy in person. I had that conversation with him. He was great. And then they want to buy from you. And then they remember those things at your table and they want to go ahead and get them. That's kind of the best thing about shows for a lot of people, where it just gets you momentum in that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'll look into it now, especially that I've been in the game for a little while now. I've got to know some people. We could work at a table together or something.
Yeah.
I was really dreading the part of just being there by myself and being trapped at the table the whole time and not being able to enjoy the show. Yeah,
this is why Justin and I keep ditching each other at Tinley. Like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then we're both gone for 30 minutes at a time on that bathroom break.
That drives Andre crazy when I gotta go to the bathroom, and then like 45 minutes later, he's like, "Have you gone to the bathroom yet?" I'm like, "Nope, didn't even make it. Sorry, but I promise I'll get there eventually." So, yeah, getting trapped behind the table is always it's good, right? It's good to sell snakes. It's good to meet people, but I like to be out and among the people and interacting and networking and, kissing babies and shaking hands.
Definitely. Yep.
So,
Justin, you do it. So your family all helps with the snakes, or is it just you that actually works on the animals?
Oh, it's just me that actually works with the animals.
Is it?
Like I said, I enjoy doing it, man.
Yeah.
Once I get everything cleaned, all the rodents done, and I have nothing else to clean, I just kind of feel just kind of lost. Like, hey, it's nothing to do. I just go hang out in the snake room.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of
Those are
times
some
I
of
find myself just sitting in the snake room, strolling Facebook, strolling Morph Market. Yeah, before I know it, I'm here for hours doing nothing.
I love it.
Hey, those are some of the best nights though. Just kind of like
Yeah.
hanging out in the snake room, and then you see a girl, and you're like, you know what? I kind of know what I want to pair her with now, and then just start writing some of that stuff down. That's where some of the magic is. I think is
Yeah.
like those late nights, and I mean half the clutch cutting videos we do, it's Justin and I at like 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday, just like, well, it's time, let's cut them, let's see what we got. And
Yeah.
it's just, I love it.
Oh yeah, that first thing around, especially at the beginning when you first started writing those breeding plans down.
Yeah.
You got this whole little notepad, you're writing your breeding plans down. Then you change your mind and scratch through all that shit 2 days later.
Yes.
It's like you've got all the combinations in your head, right? And you've got all the dreams and the hopes and the desires. And then it's like 2 days later, like you said, all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe I like this a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, you just put together a whole breeding plan. Both of these snakes are 200 grams.
Yes.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah. My male's definitely going to go this year. And they're like, he just came out of the egg. You're like, yeah, I started pairing him up while he was in the egg. Cut that egg, popped his tail out, threw him in the tub. Good to go.
Oh, yeah, I know what I'm breeding.
I love it, man. That's
so
awesome.
funny you say that, Patrick. I've got to show it to you. I actually just found one of my like maybe second, third year breeding plans of pairings.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was a piece of paper written on and then folded in half, and it was a bookmark in my John Barry ball python morph book.
Oh, that's so
and
good.
I randomly found it in my office a couple days ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. There's so many normals on this.
I was going to ask you how many normals are on that list.
So many normals and pastels and bumblebees and pinstripes.
I was gonna say, so Chase is over here like, do I pair my pinstripe to 3 normals or 7 this year? I don't know.
It's pretty much what it looks like. And then half the stuff kind of has a name still at that point.
Yes, that is so good. That is so good. I love that so much.
We did that then. Yeah, the first 10 snakes, all of them had names.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I never, I have a couple of snakes that have names, but I never actually really named any of the ball pythons. They weren't cool enough apparently in my mind back then. The turtles got names, but the snakes didn't. It's kind of funny. So
I mean, that can make sense though, because turtles kind of feel like there's a little more personality there going on than
our pet rocks. Our pet rocks. Yeah. Yeah. Very much so. Very, very much so. The tortoises definitely. But the tortoises are also way worse roommates than snakes are. So there is that aspect too, Yeah.
I mean, the snakes don't destroy your house like the tortoises do.
It's accurate. It's accurate.
Breed the tortoise also?
They do breed. Do I actively breed them? No.
No. So
they roam free in the yard. So like I get eggs, I just destroy them. We don't need more sulcatas. It's too many.
Yeah.
That's true. Too many sulcatas already. I'm not going to be a part of that issue.
I do have a baby he produced though. I have a baby sulcata that he produced a couple years ago now. He's not that much of a baby anymore.
He's not a baby anymore. I had one clutch that I incubated because I desperately wanted to hatch out baby tortoises. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life, and now I am very pro-choice when it comes to tortoise eggs. So, yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other species, Justin, or just the snakes?
No, I don't. Yeah, just ball pythons. That's it.
Okay. So what, like, I know you said it started with a pet, but like, did you always like snakes? Like, what got you to like, I want an albino ball python?
Well, I was always fascinated with reptiles. I grew up with my granddad, and my granddad was a science teacher.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So we were always watching Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. But my grandmother was terrified of snakes, so I couldn't have any as a pet. But I mean, if it was up to my granddad, man, we probably would have had all crazy things, man. We had I wasn't allowed to have goldfish, of course, like everybody.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, me and my granddad, we had a little pond in front of our community. we'd walk up and catch crawfish up there and stuff like that. Little crawdads.
Yeah, man, I love that. Little crawdads. Man, that's good stuff. Interesting.
Speaking of goldfish, Patrick, Joshua in the chat says update on the tadpoles.
Tadpoles are doing great. I was worried that they were all dead yesterday because it's starting to get a little chilly here at night. And when I went to check on them, everybody was sitting at the bottom of the tub. And I was very worried that all my little tadpoles had suicided. Good news. As of last night, they're all still alive. I got to check on them after the show. They are crushing cucumber and they are getting bigger. I still have no idea what species they are. And I have no idea when they're going to grow legs. So that's where it's at. Yes, that is the tadpole update, guys.
Yeah, Justin, Patrick stole tadpoles out of nature and
I did.
Growing them up as a fun science experiment in his house.
Why not? You know what? I didn't get the privilege of seeing tadpoles change into frogs growing up. So now, as a 36-year-old man, I get to do that.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the y'all ever checked out cichlids, the African cichlids?
Yeah. Oh yeah, super cool.
I got into looking at those one time, and I kind of wanted one, and then it was like, no, I think she kind of believed it was gonna get out of hand like the ball python.
There's a good chance that'll happen. Yeah,
because I noticed they came in all kind of different morphs and everything too.
Yeah. My mom loved cichlids, so growing up we had a big tank with a bunch of cichlids in it, and they're not necessarily the nicest to fish to each other though. They're kind of mean.
Yeah, that's what I was reading about it.
Yeah, they like to fight, man. They beat each other up. And then like we got baby cichlids one year. That was kind of cool. Like just randomly had little babies, and then all the adults ate them, and that was sad. That was Patrick learned that nature was scary when he was young. It was unfortunate. So nature's not very friendly, but that's the way it goes. All right. So do you ever are there other species that you want to get into, or are you going to just stay exclusive, like only ball pythons, nothing else?
Most likely just ball pythons.
Yeah.
I actually just got a chance to experience some of the other species at my buddy, Josh Mantouf's house.
Okay. Yeah.
Because prior to that, I didn't know much about the chondros and other things like that. He was kind of teaching me about the elapids.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool learning about it, because prior to that, I didn't know much about them. I was just a ball python guy.
Yeah. So, I feel like that's kind of just the MO for ball python people in general, right?
We're so true.
We know nothing about anything except for ball pythons.
That's how I feel, because summer's all about our special projects room, and then Chaz is also just all about the special projects room. It's just kind of off my radar. Like, I am so dead focused on the ball pythons.
Do you feel like a caveman? Do you feel like a caveman when you walk in that room? You're like, I know ball python.
Yeah, I'm like, I know what they are, but I'm not. It honestly just doesn't excite me. Like, nothing excites me like the ball pythons do.
Interesting. Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Like, I love the colors of them. The green trees are amazing. The dwarf retics are cool. I love the bolins. But that's kind of a given because they're so unique. But nothing just kind of like excites me snake wise besides like the ball pythons. I like hogs though.
Yeah, because they're cute.
I'm also like, but that'll just take more bandwidth. Like,
of course.
Got so much going on gene wise and what's going on at the house that I don't need to just be like, I need to start learning all these other new genes and for a whole other species that
you just need more pets. That's what you need.
I don't need more pets. I'm good. I like my tortoises and my cats. I'm good there.
And your skink.
That's Abby's, not mine.
That makes sense. Do you have any animals outside of reptiles, or just the reptiles?
Yeah, I got a French bulldog and a pug.
Oh, buddy. That's adorable.
Yeah, so they're just part of the family. Yes, I don't.
I was gonna say I'm a huge softie for Frenchies, especially.
Yeah, Frenchies are adorable. Stella. Yeah, that's pretty great. That's good stuff. I'm trying to think. Let's see. We've learned everything there is to learn, it turns out, about your collection. What projects? Just kidding. Forgot about this. Projects. What are you working?
Mostly hypo, DG, and clown.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty deep into the Hypo DG Clown project.
Nice.
Trying to get into Pompeii Hypo DG Clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of stepped away from the Hypo DG Batman because I kind of moved Leopard out of my collection. I probably only have like 1 or 2 Leopards.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
It thins it out a lot, takes away a lot of the pattern, which is, there was a long stretch, right, where everybody was trying to get like the most reduced clown you could get, but
just that blade clown.
Super blade leopard clowns, one solid stripe down the back, and it's a pinstripe.
Yes, I feel like I started a lot of people were doing that. I think
in
the 17, a lot of people were impressed with like what is like the inchy blade clown.
Oh yeah.
Clean snake with a solid dorsal stripe. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say that now, but watch it come back around. I mean,
I hope not.
It feels like everything comes back around once in a while.
You're right. There are cycles, but I know like there's a place for stuff like that. But I just always, even then, like I felt like the super clean stuff, like it felt very limiting, right? Like that's the nice thing with the crazy busy stuff we work with now is you just got a lot more in the canvas. It's not a white canvas with a stripe down the back. So.
Yeah, so I just recently invested a little bit into the Monarch Clown project. So
okay, yeah. What'd you get?
It's a leopard yellow belly Monarch head clown.
Nice, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, Chase, you probably shipped me that one.
Yep. That's my OCD too, where I want to have like my hands on every animal before it goes out. I want to personally inspect it.
Yeah.
I always resex everything, and then I just want to like, yeah, I'm happy this is going out.
Yeah, that's good, right?
That's my OCD. Because Justin's like, you're really busy. We could find someone else's ship, and I'm like, I'm gonna hold on to it right now. I'm gonna.
What's funny is I'm kind of like I also I do all the shipping for Chimera and soon to be Aura, and I prefer very much so to ship. I like being the last hand out the door. Just look it over. You feel better about it. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I always feel better, especially when I'm doing like some of these international shipments that have been building for months, and I want to check over every single one of these animals.
Yeah,
there could be 30 to 40 animals in some of these orders. I look over every single one, make sure it looks great, make sure it's sexed properly, because I resex everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's just better that way.
Yeah, it's my OCD. But I like that. I like that because it makes me feel better once it's out the door, and then the customers text us or emails us like, "Hey, came in, love it, looks great," and then I'm happy.
It's a good feeling.
Once it's in their hands, I'm happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great feeling. So, you said 15 to 20 clutches this year. Is this the biggest season for you, or has this been kind of consistent the past couple of years?
Oh well, I had 15 last year, so. Okay. Roughly about the same.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I mean, they were small seasons.
I
think 8. But yeah, this should be my best season so far, though. But I mean, I plan on that being the case every year. Supposed to be the best year, right?
Yeah.
It's always the best year, or the next year is going to be even better. And
yes.
Right. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to 3 clutches that I could possibly hit the Hypo DG Clown combos.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So okay. Spot Nose Fire, Yellow Belly, Black Pastel, Red Stripe, some of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some nice combos mixed in there. That'll be good, man. That'll be good.
So I mean, I could hit a Hypo DG Pompeii. I mean,
yeah.
24 chances, but hey, that's a chance, right?
Hey, it's a chance.
It's a chance.
And I definitely want pictures as soon as it's out.
That's all you need, though, man, is a chance, right? That's it. That's it.
Cool.
That's exciting.
The drug of what we do, though, isn't it? It's always
my god.
It's like we're gambling, but we're actually making money while we gamble.
Right.
That's the nice thing.
Oh, that is the best part. So, are you gonna start mixing other stuff into the Hypo DG Clown project, or are you gonna kind of keep that pure and just keep working that, and then? I know you said you're bringing in Monarch Clown stuff and things like that.
Oh, I'm sure I'll venture further out. I mean, the market will probably get to eventually. I have to.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just focusing on that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and adding some codoms to it. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people jumped and went straight for the triple recessives just with no codoms. So I'm trying to work some codominance in there.
You know that's the tough thing though. We get those triple hit to triple hits finally, or the single visual double hit to single visual double hit, and then we got lucky with that first Xanthic DG clown, and then we're like, okay, now we got to start working into adding all the
everything else.
and,
That's
so
fun in it though.
It is the fun, and I'm already getting so excited for this winter/spring because I think the 2025 super early hatching season is going to be pretty amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I try to limit my expectations because last year I felt the same way, and I had so many girls for different projects completely slug out on me. And I was like, okay, gotta start limiting expectations right now. But there's a lot of really amazing stuff at like 2.0, 2.5 in the facility.
Yeah.
And it's just they're just eating great. They're going to carry over, and I'm stoked for what the winter and spring look like. It's going to be amazing. Hopefully all the right stuff hits.
Yeah, I'll try not to get too excited about those gears because I don't want to get disappointed by those slugs.
Yeah,
that happened once this season already. And it was I bought this gear probably 4 years ago. She was a super orange dream gravel hit clown.
Okay.
Last year she dropped all slugs.
That's rough.
So this year she was gravid, had her ovulation, pre-lay shed. So I'm waiting on her to lay. I go in there, pull the tub open. I see an egg. I'm like, oh, she's laying. So now I'm all excited. I go back a little while later. One good egg, all slugs. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, man.
Oh, that's rough.
She teased you. That's awful.
Yeah, man. One egg, man.
Maybe next year you'll get 2 good eggs though.
Hey, that's what me and Josh always joke.
Yeah. You're just working your way up there.
Oh man.
Oh my God. I love that so much. Oh, Amy asked, what am I gonna do once they become frogs? That's future Patrick's problem. I haven't worked through that. I just want to see them become frogs. There's a chance they get fed to the hog noses, but we're not gonna talk about that. So who knows?
Or you could just put them back where you took them from.
But it's getting kind of cold now.
Oh, that's true. Well, I guess you got to hang on to them.
Am I stuck with these frogs forever?
Yeah, hang on
at least through winter.
Okay, well, it turns out, Amy, they're going to be pets, and I'm going to name all of them. And there's only like 60 of them, so it's fine. Although, I will say, the numbers seem to be shrinking, and I think that's because somebody's eating somebody. I'm just throwing it out there. It's unfortunate. It's the way it goes. So,
well, may the strongest tadpole survive.
It is the Hunger Games. Okay, that was funny. I hate both of you. It's fine.
It's okay. We're gonna be nice.
That was quality work there. Okay, quality work. All right, we're getting close to the hour. Justin, is there anything else you want to share with the world and let them know?
No, I pretty much talk about all my projects, man. Like I was saying earlier, I don't really have secret projects.
You're just grinding, right?
Put it all out there, man. It's all on IG.
Yeah, I love it, man. And you're gonna be at Tinley?
Yeah, I will. Yep.
All right, guys. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you.
Seeing you there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at Tinley every year.
What's the best way for people to get a hold of you, bud?
Instagram. You can find me on the Angels on Instagram. Facebook on the Angels or Justin Thomas.
Okay. All right. YouTube? Question mark?
No, I don't have my own YouTube channel. Nah, I go on with Mike on Hurt Collectors. We do a
okay. Yeah. Cool. Nice. Sweet. Chase, best way for people to get a hold of you.
Oh, JKRMGR on Instagram and Canova everywhere else.
Perfect. Guys, Aura Reptiles, AURA Reptiles on basically every platform. So go find me. Go hang out. It's going to be a good time. Thank y'all for hanging out with us again this Thursday. We will see y'all next week. Justin, thanks, bud. I appreciate you coming and hanging out, man.
Cool, man. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely, bud. If you'll stick around for a second, I'm going to hit the outro, and then we'll see you in a moment. Everybody else, we love you. Thank you so much for another great show, and we will see y'all Thursday.
See you guys.
Cool.